Damian, thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. The pleasure is all ours. Now, we were in Philadelphia when you became the World Heavyweight Champion. It was so exciting. What has been the coolest thing you've gotten to do since you become the WWE Heavyweight Champ?
There's a list, actually. I mean, the experience I got at Yankee Stadium was pretty cool. I got to be on the field and hang out with the players, and they gave me, gifts. I was like, well, I mean, I'm the champ, but I'll take more. That was a really, really cool day. And then I got to be on the Telemundo float for the Puerto Rican Day Parade, and that was obviously special to me. I'm a very, representative, I'm big proponent of representation. So that to me was a very special day. And it's everything in between, just the fan reception, and everywhere I go, it's kind of like, oh, the champ is here. It's weird, still weird. It's still like in the dream phase, but it's pretty neat.
Damian, I saw you on the field with Aaron Judge, and I was shocked that Aaron Judge was huge. I mean, you're a big guy. Get him in the ring. Wouldn't he be a great wrestler?
Yeah, right? I think he'd succeed. He's one of those. He's just a natural athlete, and then you see him, and he's a mountain of a person. But he did have cleats on. Just saying.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, we got to get him to the combine. When you get the real measurements, like on his shoes. Damian Priest is the World Heavyweight Champ. He joins us right here on Maggie and Pearl. If you got SummerSlam is this Saturday. Now you mentioned you got to go to Yankee Stadium. You got to throw out a first pitch. You're not just like a casual fan. You are a partial season ticket holder. You're New York born and bred. This is like legit fandom. Even though you don't live in New York anymore, you make it back up to go to so many Yankee games. I mean, this is a huge part of who you are. I can't imagine, how are the nerves different from throwing out a first pitch at Yankee Stadium versus 80,000 people in Cleveland when you're going to be performing at SummerSlam?
So I actually haven't had the pleasure of throwing out the first pitch yet.
I thought you did.
No, that was the one thing that's missing, which I'm pretty jealous that some other players have gotten that opportunity, but I'm still hopeful for Yankee Stadium. But I've thought about it, so I think about it a lot. So I know I definitely practice a lot, but I feel like I'd be nervous just for the fact that the catcher's got to catch the ball. I don't have to throw a perfect strike, but he's got to catch the ball. I used to play baseball when I was a kid, so I can throw. So that would be my biggest thing. Like, I can't let other wrestlers throw a better baseball than I can.
You guys are so competitive with each other.
Are there nerves in front of gigantic wrestling crowds? I mean, and not only that, how many people are watching on television as well, like WrestleMania in Philadelphia, just the amount of eyeballs. Do you think about that, or are you just immune to the crowds at this point?
No, I become a nervous wreck sometimes. Just the idea, like when you really think about it, when my mind's distracted and I'm, thinking about a certain, moment in a match or what I want the ending to be, or, things like that, I'll just distract my mind. I'm okay. But as soon as I start thinking about the actual act of walking out there and everybody screaming, and then of course negative thoughts start, like, what if I trip and fall? My entrance. those are the real fears. Like when I'm going up to the turnbuckle just to put my hands up to the crowd. What if I flip forward and fall on my face? I don't know. I just think of the worst case scenarios. So I start getting nervous, and I'm like, oh, please don't embarrass yourself. So those are the big ones. And of course, you want to deliver. You want to make sure our fans, get their money's worth, and we do deliver the best show possible and the greatest show on earth. So that's a lot of pressure. So and naturally, I'm human, so I do feel every single one of those nerves.
Damian Priest is joining us. Of course, he's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. It was a long time coming for you too, Damian, and we'll get into your career and all the obstacles that you've overcome to get to where you are. You said, obviously, very proud of your Puerto Rican heritage. You had this epic match with Bad Bunny that happened in Puerto Rico. And, some of these celebrity matches, it can be kind of hit or miss. It's probably just got to be very different from your point of view. That one was such a huge success. Why was that so successful? And would you welcome a rematch with Bad Bunny?
First of all, yes, I would definitely welcome a rematch because I didn't get the win, so I need to get that one back. But I think the success of it goes into the work we put in. I'll say this about Bad Bunny. For a celebrity, an outsider, somebody who's not from this world, the amount of work that he put in and the rigorous training that he went through and for what he put his body through, knowing that he has, this huge career, that he should be focusing on. Just speaks to the volumes of the type of entertainer he is, willing to put in the work to make sure that our fans, his fans, and everybody in between is proud that he didn't just come in to just take somebody's spot and to come promote a song or a movie. He came in because he was a fan and he wanted to do the business justice. And I know, because I was the one who originally trained him. I'll say this, like, my man could take a hit and he'll say ow, but he'll get back up and say, all right, let's do it again. It was impressive to see what he was willing to put himself through. And then when it came time for us to feud and us to have a match, he was game, and he got himself in better shape, and he got a trainer and whatnot. And, we went out there, and I think the island helped a lot, that atmosphere and, the vibe in that Coliseum definitely helped us put on a better show. I feel like we live in our business. We live through the fans. We need that energy. That's how we know what we're doing is working. So the fact that they were on fire, it just made everything easier for us, and we killed it.
Damian, we have a lot of old school wrestling fans in the building here. Listen to the show. You could have a dream match against anybody, past or present. Going back in the day, I know you probably grew up a huge wrestling fan. Who's the guy that you would get in the ring with if you could go back in time?
Undertaker. He was that was my favorite growing up. He was the reason why I fell in love with his business. Just the way he made me feel, like the emotions that I felt watching this guy. Whether it was excitement, fear, whatever. I just knew, I was like, I need to make somebody feel those emotions for me. He got me excited, and then just a cool character, right? He's like Batman, biker, and evil. It was just cool to me, and I'm into weird stuff like that. So the Taker was definitely my guy.
Damian Priest is our guest. He's the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. SummerSlam. It's already this Saturday, August 3rd. It always pops up before you know it. 7 p.m. Eastern on Peacock. You're going to be taking on Gunther. You guys have had some fun matchups, including last week, which I saw, which was a fun surprise. What makes Gunther such a formidable foe for you, Damian?
He's a perfect old school mixed with new school wrestler. He's simple. You see him in black trunks, nothing flashy, very straightforward. But that bell rings. It's the guy is unreal. He held the Intercontinental Championship. He's the longest reigning of all time. Nobody's held it longer than him. None of the all-time greats. He is the all-time leading man in that title, for that title, which has been held by so many Hall of Famers. And he's only lost 3 matches, I believe, in the company since he's been here for, 4 or 5 years. So, that's pretty impressive. Those things don't usually happen that way. Everybody wins, everybody loses, but this guy seems to not really lose that much. So it's definitely a tough task for me, and he's a big guy. He's 6'4". He has a crazy pedigree, for the business. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to testing myself against someone like that, and somebody who can push me a little further. So this is going to definitely be one to watch.
All right, I have a question you're not going to like. I'll give you a choice. You had a win over Gunther, or I'll give you a Yankees World Series win this year. Which are you taking, Damian?
Oh, boy. Oh, man, that's...
I'll give you a rematch with Gunther, too, afterwards, just to give you a little enticement. So all you have to do is lose this once, and you get back. And things are looking good. Things are looking up.
That was rough. Can't believe I'm going to say this. I think I choose the rematch. Win the World Series.
Man, even with Jazz Chisholm now, I know he's a guy. Would he be a heel or a face? I'm not really sure. Jazz feels like he could go either way.
Yeah, I think he comes in as a face, but it quickly we can turn on you. But no, what a great addition to the team. I'm pretty excited to see what he can do and where the Yankees can go with him.
Yeah, as a Yankee hater, congrats on all that. Lastly, for you, Damian. So, of course, SummerSlam. It's this Saturday, August 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern on Peacock. But on Monday, it's WWE 24. Damian Priest is also going to debut on Peacock. It's a real intimate behind-the-scenes documentary about you and your rise to stardom in this company, and it has not been an easy journey for you. You've been open about some of the things in your past, including homelessness and other things. I mean, was there a low moment, and the moment when you really thought either about quitting or really just had moments of doubt? And if so, how did you get yourself through those moments?
Oh, absolutely. There was moments that I felt lost. Like I didn't know what I was doing with my life, where I was like, I know I'm not supposed to be here, but I don't know how to get to where I need to be. And that was just a matter of knowing your surroundings, who's you surrounding yourself with, what position are you putting yourself in, and how much work are you putting in to follow your own dream. And that was the biggest thing for me. It was I was so reliant on people who gave me the worst advice, and just a pat in the back and saying, don't worry about it, you'll be fine, which is not what I needed to hear. And then when I decided to change my life completely, just completely surround myself with a different type of person, move from the area that I was living in, and really actually work hard for my dream and be able to look myself in the mirror and say, oh, I'm actually doing it. I'm not just telling people that I am. That was when I realized, oh, wow, this is possible. And then opportunities starting opening up. And little by little, I got myself into shape, and because I was really out of shape. And then I started realizing, oh, this is how this works. You got to put in work, I was fortunate that I was able to realize that. Some people don't. And the documentary, it was weird for me to do, to really let that much of myself in. I've always given, little glimpses, but this is a different scale. And my reasoning to finally do it was for that reason, just the idea that maybe somebody who just needs to see this to be ahead of the curve, to do it earlier than I did, because I wasted a lot of time, and I wish I didn't. And hopefully that my journey can help somebody else.
Well, Damian, all your hard work is certainly paying off. Congratulations on your success. And we hope, you have a great match at SummerSlam against Gunther this Saturday. And also, we're really looking forward to the documentary, which airs Monday, August 5th, which is also going to be on Peacock. And we hope that when the Yankees are in the postseason, maybe you'll come back and visit us again.
Absolutely. And, obviously you guys mentioned it before, I go there all the time for games and whatnot. So I'll definitely come visit.
There we go.
Awesome.
Damian Priest, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Check him out this Saturday, August 3rd, 7 p.m. Eastern on Peacock. It's SummerSlam. Thank you, Damian.